First, let's welcome the Hajj from our community. Alhamdulillah, they made this trip safely and successfully, and they are back home. Inshallah, we are going to have a special service for Hajj and special welcoming. That will be not this Sunday, next Sunday, the following Sunday, the time that inshallah everybody is back, because some Hajj in their way, they stop by in Lebanon, and because of the situation of the flights, some are late. For that reason, we chose the following Sunday. Then we have an opportunity to have some reflection from them, to share with us the experience of this trip and their impression of the Hajj of 2012. Inshallah, we will have them, and we will invite everyone, inshallah, to be part of that breakfast and service. Last Friday was the day of Al-Adha, that we all, everywhere, you here in Dearborn and we in Mina, celebrated Eid al-Adha. And this week, this Friday and this weekend, we are celebrating Eid al-Ghadir. You know, out of many happy occasions in Islam, there are 4 Eids in our tradition, very important. Eid al-Fitr is the celebration at the end of Ramadan that we can call Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Muqawamah. 1 month of resistance and opposition to our basic appetites. Eating, drinking, food, sex, all of these basic desires are opposed during the holy month of Ramadan. And Eid al-Fitr signifies the celebration of that victory of resistance, al-Jihad al-Akbar. And then we have Eid al-Adha, that considered to be Eid al-Ita'ah, the Eid of obedience. After leaving the family and business and normal life, and welcoming the suffering of a very sophisticated journey from Miqat to Mecca, from Mecca to Arafat, from Muzdalifah to Mina, from a rami of Jamarat to haircut or head shape, and going through all these stages of rituals. On the 10th of the Hajj, we celebrate the Eid of sacrifice, the victory in the principle of obedience. We do all this tawaf and sa'i and salat and wuqufat for one thing, obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And on the day of Eid, you hear millions of people, they celebrate Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar walillah alhamd, Allahu Akbar kabira, walhamdulillahi kathira, wa subhanallah bukratan wa asila, Allahumma salla ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa sallim taslima. This is the nida, and this is the shi'ar of millions of people who celebrate the Adha Eid. The third Eid in Islam and in our tradition is Eid al-Jum'ah, that we take it for granted. that every Friday is the day of Eid. يوم الجمعة، جمعة يعني الاجتماع, the day of gathering. That Allah says, وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعِ. Jump and run and hurry to join the prayer. You see in Mecca and Medina, when the Mu'adhin says Allahu Akbar, people like they are crazy. They jump, they don't look around, they just one focus to fill the free space and to find a place to stand for prayer, and they are in so much hurry to join the Jama'ah. Because they are following the word of Allah. Fas'aw, fas'aw, mean run, to jump. Don't be distracted. Focus on prayer. Find a place. It's time for prayer. This is Amr Allah. This is an order from our Lord that every Friday we should do thing. And I give credit to Ikhwan al-Sunnah, the Sunni community, for appreciating this verse the way that this verse deserves to be appreciated. And we as Muslims and lovers and followers of Ahlul Bayt must show more appreciation for this verse because of many, many reasons. It is in the Quran, and that would be enough. In addition to what Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, Ahlul Bayt said about Friday prayer, this is another Eid. So Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Jum'ah, and finally Eid al-Ghadir. Eid al-Ghadir is Eid al-Wilay, Eid al-Imam, Eid al-Khilafah. The Eid of love, the Eid of leadership. The Eid al-Ghadir is based on this verse. يا أيها الرسول بلغ ما أنزل إليك من ربك وإن لم تفعل فما بلغت رسالته والله يعصمك من الناس. Subhanallah. Jibreel came to the Holy Prophet in the Hajjatul Wada. This is few months before the departure of the Prophet from this world. The last year of his life, his first Hajj and his last Hajj. The Prophet made only one Hajjul Wajib. He made a couple of Umrah, but only one Hajj, and that was the last year of his life, 2 months and a half before his departure. Jibreel comes, O messenger, announce it. Announce what Allah told you. He already knew that he had to say it. But because of the situation, because of that ignorance and injustice about the family of the messenger that still exists after 1400 years, he was looking for a right time and right place to say it. He had it in his mind. He knows that he has to say it. He is looking for an opportunity to say it. But Jibreel said that this is the time, this is the place. Say it. If you don't, you haven't done anything. If you don't announce this mission, this message, then you haven't conveyed the message of the Rasul. Like nothing was said in 23 years. Everything depends on the direction of the Ummah. An Ummah without direction, without destination, is confused, is messed, won't go anywhere. You have to say it. And this is why we heard about al-Khutbah al-Ghadiriyah, a long, long khutbah of Hajjatul Wada. معاشر الناس ما قصرت في تبليغ ما أنزل الله إلي. I never hesitated to tell you what Allah told me. إن جبريل هبت إلي ثلاثا يأمرني عن سلام ربي أن أقوم في هذا المشهد فأعلم كل أبيض وأسود أن علي بن أبي طالب أخي ووسيي وخليفتي من بعدي. This is Jibreel who came to me 3 times emphasizing to tell everyone about the next leader. This is my brother, my successor, the Imam, the leader after me. فاعلموا معاشر الناس أن الله قد نسبه لكم وليا وإماما فرض طاعته على المهاجرين والأنصار وعلى التابعين لهم بإحسان. He is everybody's leader. Whether you are Muhajir or you are Ansar, whether you live today or you are coming tomorrow, you have to recognize the leadership, the values, the principles that this man would provide. معاشر الناس إنه آخر مقام أقومه في هذا المشهد فاسمعوا وأطيعوا وانقادوا لأمر ربكم. This is the last time. This is the last position. Remember, this is the man, this is the leader. Don't forget. ما من علم معاشر الناس ما من علم إلا وقد أحصاه الله فيه وكل علم علمت فقد أحصيته في إمام المتقين وما من علم إلا وقد علمته عليا. Whatever knowledge I needed, Allah taught me, and whatever I learned from Allah, I taught this man the same teachings. Ali learned from me and I learned it from my Lord. معاشر الناس لا تذلوا عنه ولا تستنكفوا عن ولايته فهو الذي يهدي إلى الحق ويعمل به ويزهق الباطل وينهى عنه ولا تأخذه في الله لومة لائم. The Prophet warned the Ummah, if they miss the direction of this man, they get lost. He is the man of truth, and he is the one who always stands against evil. He is the man of courage, that nothing would stop him from telling the truth. معاشر الناس إن عليا والطيبين من ولدي هم الثقل الأصغر والقرآن هو الثقل الأكبر لن يفترقا حتى يردا علي الحوض. ثم قال أيها الناس من أولى بكم من أنفسكم قالوا الله ورسوله فقال ألا من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه اللهم وال من والاه وعاد من عاداه وانصر من نصره واخذل من خذله. معاشر الناس السابقون إلى مبايعته وموالاته أولئك هم الفائزون في جنات النعيم. اللهم إني أشهدك أني قد بلغت أشهدك أني قد بلغت. وسأل الناس أن يبلغ الحاضر الغائب وقال قولوا الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. Brothers and sisters, that is the main point of Eid al-Ghadir. This one sentence, من كنت مولاه فهذا علي المولاه. This is the foundation of al-Ghadir. This is the heart of the matter of the leadership in Islam. No one denies that the Prophet said so. Both Shia and Sunni, all the scholars, they agreed that Rasulullah in Ghadir, in Khum area, he did say, Man kuntu mula fahada aniyul mula. No one denies that. So why, after 1400 years, why 1400 years of division and fighting each other if you all agreed that the Prophet said so? All the tragedy started from one interpretation. That some Muslims said, yes, Man kuntu mula. That means that whoever is my friend or accepted the friendship and the love of the Prophet should accept the love and friendship of Ali. If Prophet is your friend, Ali is your friend. Or if you are Prophet's friend, you should be Ali's friend. So they interpreted that al-wilaya, love and friendship. While of course love and friendship is just one application of al-wilaya. But generally speaking, it doesn't make sense that the Prophet stopped 120,000 people in such a burning weather, almost 140, that everybody was burning. And even now, those Hajj coming from Hajj, they know that walking even 1 mile under that burning heat of the sun, what does that mean? And how come the Holy Prophet wants everyone to stand for a long, long time and give such a long lecture just to say, if you love me, love this guy. And love means just, you know, just an emotional and just a passion. It doesn't make sense to say just for something emotional, except there is something serious to make a historic statement. Well, we go to Kutub al-Lugha, to the dictionary. What does Mawla mean? What does Wilaya mean? Lisan al-Arab. This is not a Shia dictionary. It says al-Wilaya bil-Kasr, al-Wilaya, not al-Walaya. Al-Wilaya bil-Kasr, al-Imara wal-Niqab. Wilaya means leadership, al-Imara. Qamus al-Lugha. Firuzabadi, he is Imam al-Lughawiyin. They call Firuzabadi as Imam al-Lughawiyin, Sahib Qamus al-Lugha. He says, al-Wilaya hiya sultan. Wilaya means authority. Wilaya doesn't mean just to love me or love you. It's more than that. The Prophet could have said that in many other occasions. It's not to choose that time and that place. But the point is that whether we consider wilaya as love and mahabba, or consider wilaya as sulta wal imara, the personality of Amir al-Mu'mineen is a popular personality among the Shia and Sunni. Nobody disagrees with that. That Ali is a link of unity. Whether someone is Shia or Sunni, everybody loves Imam Ali. Everybody respects Imam Ali. We say Imam Ali alayhi salam, alayhi salatu wa salam. The Sunni says Imam Ali karramallahu wajha. Even more than radiyallahu an, like they say radiyallahu an about other khulafa. When they talk about Imam Ali, say karramallahu wajha, looks like already he is marriyun now. You don't have to repeat that. He's already have mardatullah. He already is ridden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But they honor him in different way, in a higher way. But unfortunately, the politics and so many other things that related to ignorance and injustice made Ahlul Bayt, beginning from Imam Ali, victims in history of Islam. Just last few days ago in Mina, I had a discussion in the tent. We have a large tent in Mina, sitting there, and we were doing some dua, and I saw that some Sunni brothers, they are on the other part of the tent, they are discussing. And I didn't interfere in the beginning, but finally I was looking for an opportunity to get involved in the discussion. And I heard the discussion was not political, and they were talking about normal things. And I got involved in a funny way. I saw two of them, they had like a Salafis, a long beard, and they very like fire. Hajj Mohammad, you were there and you were. And I got involved in a funny way. I said, you know, brothers, have you seen in any of the books that halq al-lihya is haram? So I'm talking about somebody like long beard. And I said, shaving your beard. Have you seen any hadith to say it's haram? Yeah, we know that, you know, even fuqaha say ihtiyat, wajur, ihtiyat, this and that. But really, and we know that's mustahab for sure. We know that there are hadith that the Prophet emphasized and says, you know, wear lihya, have lihya. He said so. But did he ever say that it's haram to shave? Is there any hadith? I have not seen any book. And I ask you, have you seen such a hadith? There is nothing in the Quran, obviously, about that. But in hadith, we know it's mustahab. We know that Prophet and Ahlul Bayt talk about that. But none of them said that if you shave, you go to hell. And it's haram, the word haram. And one of this Sunni Shaykh started, you know, well, you know, even if it's not in hadith like that, but ijtihad comes and shot this. I said, I know all of this. You know, I studied Usul al-Fiqh as well. But my question is, have you seen any hadith says so? And he had no answer. Then, in a more funny way, I said, what about the size of the lihya? You know, do you have any hadith to talk about that, how long the lihya should be or should not be? And I was in general and, you know, at the same time, in a funny way in Mina, this discussion, and one of the Sunni Shaykh said, you know, the hadith is that this size, and he, you know, actually did his hand and says, this much is okay, but if it's longer, no. I said, I know, as a matter of fact, there's a hadith that if it's longer than that is alamatul himaqa even. You know, that's a foolishness to have it even longer than that. Then the guy asked, where are you from? All of a sudden, Shia Sunni. So I didn't talk anything about Shia Sunni by then. And I said, you know, originally I'm from Iran. Oh, now the fighting starts. Now you're from Iran. So all these bees, you know, came out. And, you know, in the United States, we have Islamophobia, right? But when you go to Saudi Arabia, Shia-phobia, Iran-phobia, Hezb-phobia, Lebanon-phobia. You have many other kinds of phobia that unfortunately exist there. I said, you know, we don't want to have ifrat and tafrid. We are talking about lihya. Remember Saddam Hussein used to shave his lihya like 5 times a day, right? When he was in power, he was shaving 5 times a day. But then, when that finished, he didn't shave anymore. And then, like limitless. One day is ifrat and one day is tafrid. As I mentioned Saddam, one of the Saddam said, Rahmatullah alayh. I said, you know, you said, brother, you are so energetic about that. Are you ready to say the same thing about Gaddafi? I mean, what's the difference? Why you don't say Gaddafi, rahmatullah alayh? At least Saddam Hussein had an opportunity, mahkama, you know, attorney, and he could defend himself. And in a civilized way, they treated him with civilization and akhlaq. But about Gaddafi, that they killed him in so barbaric way, very crazy way. So why you are silent about that? He really didn't have an answer. He was silent. I said, do you think that, you know, Gaddafi killed more than Saddam Hussein? He said, well, you know, whoever said La ilaha illallah is a Muslim. I said, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the criminal. I'm not talking about who is Muslim, who is not Muslim. We are talking about the zalim. And that is the problem. You know, in Medina, when I went to the Salat al-Jum'ah, the Sunni Imams used to say that don't talk about politics. Salat al-Jum'ah is about religion, no politics. But subhanAllah, now they all talk about politics. And there is one item in the political discussion, Syria, Bashar al-Assad. That's all they talk about that. And I was waiting if the Imam of Masjid al-Nabi would say one word about Israel, one word about Palestine. Wallah didn't mention anything about that. The only thing, and this is why Israel now goes to Sudan and bombs Sudan, nobody says anything. There was something in this Israeli newspaper just a couple of days ago that this Nahum lived, this La'in, who himself died in the motorcycle accident just in year 2000. They had an interview with him before his death, and they aired his interview and published his interview a couple of days ago, that he said, yes, with proud, that I went to Tunisia and I killed Abu Jahad, a friend of Yasser Arafat. Can you imagine? Now the Israelis are proudly saying that we are terrorists. We don't care about international law. It didn't happen in Palestine. They are saying, yes, we go to another country and we kill someone else. He said, I dressed like a woman and I put the gun inside the chocolate box and I went and I killed the guy in front of the eyes of his wife. She was crying, she was screaming, and I killed her husband, Abu Jahal. Khalil al-Wazir was his name, and the co-founder of Al-Fat, the closest friend of Yasser Arafat, the military commander of Fat. So they are doing this thing and saying all this thing, and no one in the Arab world, no one in the Islamic world says one word, because that is not the danger anymore. If you go to Arab world, you are talking about Iran now, that is the danger, not Israel. You say Qardawi, what is Sheikh Qardawi from Qatar? Qardawi, right? What he said just about before a week ago, he said in Eid al-Adha, you pray against Iran. It reminded me the same thing that the Jewish rabbi said in Israel, that in Rosh Hashanah, Eid of Yahud, he said, pray against Iran, against Hezbollah. Now the same statement of the rabbi of Israel is expressed by the sheikh of, a reformist sheikh, Sheikh al-Islahi, Qardawi, in Qatar. Unbelievable. These things happen. And when you are in Hajj, you know, they said, aha, Iran, you are from Iran. They are يتدخلون في عالم الإسلام. I said, what do you mean, تدخل إيراني? You hear all of this and تدخل لبناني. You hear this from the media. So much exaggeration. What is the real? What is the truth? I said, if تدخل is wrong, what about تدخل سعودي في بحرين? At least we can see this, the tanks and arteries. You can see it in the media. Have you seen the same thing from Iran towards, to Syria? But the Saudi are doing it in the front of the cameras, of the whole world is watching it. They say, aha, you compare Syria with Bahrain? I said, what do you mean? They said, in Syria a lot of people killed, in Bahrain not that many people were killed. I said, okay, but Islamically, if you kill less is okay. Only it's wrong if you kill a lot. This is what you are telling me? This is against the Quran that says, "Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin." Even if you kill one individual, you are killing the whole community and people. This is the logic of the Quran. Then and all this happened in Mina. You see, some people say, why you go to the area where other Muslims are? Why Sheikh Elahi goes sometimes with a Sunni to Hajj? Well, because that is an opportunity of outreach. I don't mind to put myself in weird situation to have an opportunity. Somebody should say it. Yes, I can go with everybody else and comfort zone and be comfortable. Financially is better for me, community is better for me. But then someone has to do that kind of job. Somebody has to tell the truth in the right time and right place. I cannot change the world, but at the level of one individual, as much as I can. That is what my conscience tells me. That is what my souls tell me. All this more than 2 hours of discussion in a tent in Mina. He said, but you the Shia, you tasabbuna sahaba, you curse the Sahaba. I said, now curse is haram, right? Curse is, first of all, we are against it. The Shia, I'm not saying that, maybe some people say, but you cannot say Shia in general. Why you generalize? Yeah, I don't deny that maybe some Shia, they say something, but they don't represent everybody. Because the culture of Tashayyu is against cursing. It's against the Quran. We don't do that. But the point is, who started the Sabbu Sahaba to begin with? Did you forget that Muawiyah was the one who ordered Sabbu Amir al-Mu'mineen that continued for 40 years in Salatul Jumu'ah? If somebody finishes Friday prayer without cursing Amir al-Mu'mineen, they told him, go and repeat your salat is batil. That happened for 40 years. When I said so, some of the Sunnis, especially the youth, they were shocked, like they had never heard such a thing. They never heard it. So much ignorance, brothers and sisters, wallah, so much ignorance. They're surprised that really Muawiyah ordered to curse Ali. Is it possible? One of those Salafi with long beard said, no, Muawiyah never said that. But then another sheikh of the Sunni who was there, he said, no, please, he did so. But then he said, you know, brother, we love Ali, and we know him fighting between Ali and Muawiyah. Ali was right. Al-Hab kana ma Ali. But Muawiyah al-Batil. But the point is that Muawiyah akhta'a fi ijtihadihi. He just made a mistake. That was his understanding. That was right to fight Ali. But he was wrong. He did the wrong thing. But still we say, radiyallahu anhuma, may Allah be pleased with both Ali and Muawiyah. Because now that is finished. I said, but still you deny that Muawiyah was a zalim. He said, no, Muawiyah, no, we don't deny that. We say Muawiyah was zalim. And I said, look at the Quran. What does the Quran say about the zalimin? Brothers and sisters, the time is short and I have so much to say about the Hajj, about this trip. And I said, inshallah, when we gather on Sunday, I want to be not me to speak, but the Hujjaj. Some of you are already here. I talked to Hajj to be one of the speakers, and anybody else who made it this Hajj. Brothers and sisters, I like to be here this Sunday for Eid al-Ghadir, but next Sunday for the Hujjaj will come in. We want to share some of the things that we saw. Yesterday when we arrived in Dallas, DC airport, I was supposed to go to JF Kennedy, but then because of this tornado tragedy, our trip was late, and we were waiting for 2-3 days, and it was tough, but nothing compared to those people who suffer in New York, other areas. 50 million people were affected, and the minimum thing is electricity. Can you imagine if you don't have electricity for a week, and some of them maybe for 2 weeks, they are not going to have electricity? This is by itself is a big problem in this country. Life is paralyzed. So far they estimated $50 billion damages just in economy, and more than 50 people who were killed there. And so we really pray for the victims of this tragic tornado. But at the same time, I told one of the Hujjaj who landed with me yesterday in Dallas, I said, which airport is more Islamic now? The Jeddah airport or this airport in Dallas? When it comes to cleanliness and order. There is no doubt that this airport is more Islamic than that airport. And we have to be truthful as Muslims. They may call them Khadim al-Haramain al-Sharifain, but we know for sure that they do not represent Islam. They do not represent akhlaq al-Islam. They do not represent aql and rationality. As a matter of fact, they have no recognition for the role of rationality. Nothing makes common sense. that you have all this buruj in Mecca, but no one single rest area, one decent bathroom or restaurant in the whole road between Mecca and Medina. It doesn't make sense. This is not rational. So it's not about Islam, it's not about aql and rationality, it's not about civilization even, it's not about akhlaq. Don't represent anything. Yeah, they represent this Salafi think that now they talk about Shia phobia and Iran phobia and Mughawama phobia, while the ones who are doing these terrorist activities are they. They kill people, they kill innocent, and they put it on YouTube and they are so proud. And still they are talking about somebody else. It is just so haram. And brothers and sisters, you know that after coming from the Hajj, we realized one thing: ignorance, ignorance, ignorance. In the United States, the ignorance about Islamophobia. Over there, the ignorance about Shia and Sunni, the ignorance about so many truths that exist. So those of you who made the Hajj this year or last year, I hope we can contribute some light, some nur, because this is what Islam is about. خروج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور, from the dhulma, from the darkness of ignorance and jahl and injustice, to the nur of ilm wal akhlaq wal tahara wal taqwa. This is a job that everybody has to do it. I came last night after 14-15 hours of flight from Jeddah to Dallas, from then here, and before that 2-3 days of not really resting. But then I was doubting that whether I can make it for Friday today or not, and I said, I can't be here, and I say, tired, I cannot make it. I do whatever as a very simple, humble individual to promote the truth. But it is about everybody's job that inshallah we work together to bring more outreach, more understanding. Next Friday, by the way, we are inviting our non-Muslim neighbors to a dinner to the House of Wisdom. And I'd like you to come. There is a ticket, but it's free. You don't have to pay for that. So please invite everyone. We want to have an interfaith dinner with our neighbors next Friday here at the House of Wisdom. The idea came from Hajj Fuad that he suggested to me. And you know, any time. It's not about Hajj Ali or Hajj Nadi or Hajj Taghi or whatever. We take your suggestions seriously. Anybody comes, Sheikh Elahi, you know, do this or say this. If I know it's right, we do everything to promote that. We have problem of opposite. When I ask you, you don't do it. But when you ask me anything, I will do it. I follow up. And this is a matter that we have to take it seriously. Let us bring this light, this nur, this connection to our neighbors. Let them know about our faith. We are going to do that. And please invite all the Hujjaj. For the following Sunday, we are going to have a wonderful, one of the best breakfasts, one of the best gatherings we ever had. When you hear to Hujjaj of this year that they tell us about their experience in Mecca, in Medina, and their observation of this heavenly journey. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.